we talked about if you don't have time to do all this tweeting, or you're lost, and so forth. And I think Zoe, you mentioned if you want to outsource or use a third party, it tends to imply big budgets for that. But are there any examples where people have outsourced their blogging or tweeting on a bit of a shoestring? Is anyone looking?
Yeah, I do quite a few SMEs.
I do too.
I do a sort of mixture. I'll tell you what I would do for them. Get them set up, get their following base, give them a strategy, train some of their staff how to do it, really nurture them through the first few stages and hand it go with it, and then hand it back. When it's in a situation where they understand it better and they feel comfortable, show them who they might like to retweet, who they, give them lists of who they might want to be talking to. And
I say to you actually, you say you haven't got time to Twitter, I say you haven't got time, you can't afford not to at this stage really, and certainly we can walk around blinking and pretend that it's not happening, but it is happening. You are going to have to connect in that way, and more so going forward. So everyone's sort of time poor at the moment. There's never enough time to do anything, and it's all going to move online, I believe. I mean, social things that still happen. But definitely, if you haven't got the time to learn, like Sally says, take some lessons and take some advice from somebody who can teach you how to get started. But it isn't time consuming, but it's the rewards that you get, the return on that time that is important. And if you don't take the opportunity to sort of jump in and start tweeting and social networking and blogging and that kind of stuff, then you're just going to get left behind with all the people that are doing it. And that is matter of fact, I believe.
I think time is absolutely essential because for Leslie Parker, our clients, they have so many events on. They haven't got the time to go on Twitter really. We've started a Twitter account for them. We get all our tweets approved obviously first before we put them out. But we've done about 4 Twitter campaigns for them for various events happening. And it's very effective, and they love it, and they love to follow and see who's following them, and we're building up their followers, and we always on the APR tweet all the things I've tweeted for them. So they get quite a big hit rate, but they haven't got the time, and I don't think they're that interested in doing it. They think that's our role, getting their message out on every platform we can. It's very effective, because we also write a blog for them, and then we advertise them, and we tweet on and refer to the blog refers to the relevant page on the website, so it's all integrated.
What kind of clients are these?
It's a tourist attraction.
Yeah, it's fine for the bigger ones. I still think that for most small, where you're actually going to meet somebody that you've connected with on Twitter, if somebody is connected on your behalf, then it's a complete wasted connection. They come in and people come to me to exhibitions and say, I've been following you for a year and I've really wanted to speak to you. If actually I've been hiding behind somebody else tweeting for me, I'd have wasted that complete opportunity. That connection would have been a complete waste of time and money.
So it's horses for courses?
It is really, it depends. It's very different for the business.
I think there's 2 common themes that are coming out as well, which is strategy and sort of, a structure to it. And I think it's really good, and I often have clients sort of get up to speed with Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook, get them started, agree a sort of an approach, and agree what they want to get out of it, because I think that's fundamental. A lot of people
keep an eye on them.
Yeah, and that's why I monitor my clients, so I can sort of give them little nudges if they're not doing it, but it's also commitment. And I always evaluate whether I think a client is going to fully commit with it, because if they're sort of not quite sure, there's no point in a way getting them started, because you're quite right, they can't really hide behind it, and you can give them help with the tools like Hootsuite and give them the structure, but if they don't actually then go on and engage with it, because you have to respond to people. It's no different to if you get an email from somebody. If you get a direct message and you ignore it for a month, what does that say about you and your business? So it's the 2 things. It's the structure and strategy and the tools, and then it's also the commitment, I think, as an individual and wanting to do it.